what's up, everybody? We back again, man, with Let That Be Known Sports. We in here, man. The Mavericks fall today, man. 116 to 126 to the San Antonio Spurs. Short-handed Mavs, they battle to the end, man, but not enough to overcome the Spurs, man. The flurry that the Spurs have, the Fox, and the rest of those guys, man. And we here to talk about it. And here's my co-host.
Hey, what's going on, fam? This is your boy, John. Sit back and let it be known. Sports. What's going on, man?
Nothing much shaking and moving, man. Seeing what the Mavericks have. I believe the Mavericks, they gave it their all today. Not saying much, but what they had, they gave it their all. I believe that Jason Kidd got our coach today too. And the reason why I go to that first is because I've always been critical of Jason Kidd and his in-game adjustments, for those who've been watching the show. Now, he's a good game-to-game adjuster, but during the game, he doesn't make good in-game adjustments. And I thought that Dallas could have benefited from playing some zone. The Spurs was turning us a new one inside. For those who didn't watch the game, Keldon Johnson, they was having a way. It was dunk after dunk after dunk. And when you don't have a big man that's available, the only thing you can do is drop to zone. Make Keldon them have to get out of there and hit some threes. Make Sochan play perimeter ball. But when you play one-on-one, they're just going to go downhill and you're undersized. So this is the gist of the game, but I thought Dallas could have gave a bit more fight. Not saying they would have, not saying that they would have won, but it would have been a much tighter game down the stretch had they dropped into a zone. Especially with them not having a post player. They don't have a post player. They don't have a guy they're going to throw it to. Wemby's not out there, so they don't have a guy they're going to throw it to that's going to, command a double team on the post. They don't have that. Now, the next team that we play, which is the Houston Rockets, going to have that. And Shagun is going to tear us a new one. We don't have. And I know he's licking his chops because he don't see Anthony Davis out there. He don't see nobody out there. Man, but getting into this game, man, let's get into it a little bit, man. As we look into the stats, man, the highest score for Dallas was Brandon Williams. 19 points, man, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. I thought he should have started tonight. I didn't even know he was available. But when I found out he was available, I thought he should have started because he's our best perimeter guard at this moment as far as breaking down the defense, playmaking, finishing, being able to get to his spots, and not have to settle. I feel like the rest of our guards, they kind of settle, especially down the stretch. They couldn't get around nobody, so they just chuck up threes. And one player in particular, man, we just need to talk about Max Christie. Everybody was so high on Max Christie, and I said, "We'll see." I said, "He's balling, but we'll see. We'll see who he is." And not it's not that he's playing bad. It's decision making too. He's looking lost out there. And he's shooting 3 after 3 after 3. If it's not falling, young fella, you have to do something else. A la Najee Marshall. But he concerns me. Edwards was solid. Clay only had 12, but they was doubling Clay a lot. He had 7 assists. He was finding teammates. Dante Exum had a solid game with 17. Spencer had 14. He had a so-so game. Powell had 11. And then as we get into the other side, so Dallas shot 40% from 3, right? San Antonio shot 31. Why not go to a zone? A team is shooting 31% from 3. Why not drop into a zone? Why? What's the worst that could happen? Why not just drop into a zone and just see, what San Antonio can do with that? Because San Antonio was picking you apart. Once they got wise enough to oh man, they don't have no shot blocking. Let's just go inside. I knew it was over. We shot poor from the free throw line. We only shot 70-some% as a team, and that's poor, man, especially when you have mostly guards on the floor. There's no big man, so I don't know why we're not shooting closer to 80% as a team, because we got mostly guards. I would understand if we had centers, if Lively was there and Gafford, then yeah. They tore us out the frame on the rebound. Tore us out the frame. Boy, they tore us a new one. 47-31. Can't win like that, man. Turnovers were pretty even. We had 17, they had 16. They beat us on points in the paint, man. They had 66 points in the paint. We had 52. Oh, excuse me, guys. John, what's your take on this, man?
I mean, it's kind of the same of what's been going on in the last 10 weeks or so. Fall hard. Just don't have enough to get over the top. Been small. Didn't understand why we kept trapping at the top. And when the big roll, it was wide open. And we continued to do that back to back to back. And I'm not sure why we're doubling Chris Paul at this point in his career. He's not a threat in that way. But we continually to double Chris Paul.
If it was Fox, I understand.
Fox, I understand, but we're doubling Chris Paul, who's on his way. He's at the back end of his career. And we continue to do that possession after possession after possession. Which, when the big rolls, of course, we're too small to really contest it. And I'm with you. We should have started Brandon Williams tonight. He's the most decisive. He's our best playmaker that we have available.
At this point, you might say he's probably our best guard at this point.
Hey, I wouldn't even argue with that.
With consistency and just he's handling himself like a veteran.
Veteran. He's been decisive. Um, yeah, this is tough, man. It's tough. I mean, I understand the situation. Now, I did hear that PJ Washington is really close to being back. I think he was like a game time decision tonight. But outside of that, man,
sit over there, man. Continue to build up your wardrobe.
What was so crazy about this? I thought we would have dropped out of the play-in by now, but Phoenix continues to lose.
Phoenix suck worse than these guys we got out here running.
And they got their
whole
players.
Yeah, they got their whole team. You got Kevin Durant, Booker, and Bill playing.
Yeah, so it's like we're in a bad spot because we're supposed to drop out of the play-in so we can start tanking for the draft, and lo and behold, Phoenix, they just losing right along and catching no ground.
It's gonna be hard because Phoenix got a tough schedule coming up.
They're about to go through the gauntlet, and they lost again tonight. So we lost,
like
and
losing,
they lost. So.
It's losing for losing. Like you're not gonna make up any ground. So
it's man,
you're just not gonna do it. I mean, and I want to say this, and I know it might not be popular, but I want to say it. Kevin Durant has to get some criticism for playing with a healthy team and you're out of the play-in. We're not talking about playoffs. He's out of the play-in with a healthy team. Like, there has to be some criticism. Can you imagine if LeBron had a healthy team and there was out of the play-in, what would they would say? It's just got to be said. And I know the reason why they are falling the way that they are is because there's no leadership on the team. Kevin Durant already said he don't want to be a leader. Booker obviously isn't a leader. They say he's not vocal. Beal isn't a leader. They have no leadership on the team. It's one of the weakest minded teams in the NBA, along with Philly. And we called Philly long before they even played the game. Mm-hmm. We said you putting Joel Embiid and Paul George together.
Yes,
both the injury prone and both the weak minded. And Philly gave Paul George all that money. And he looked like he's done. Paul George almost looks worse than Tobias Harris.
Wow.
And the young people out there talking about this they go. Can't listen to none of what the young people say. When they say stuff like that, everything else just devalues everything else.
It just rolls right off your shoulder, man.
He's your GOAT. I don't know, man. Maybe they need what's her name? What's the lady basketball player name?
Talking about Angel.
Maybe they need Angel Reese. You know what she said? Angel Reese had the audacity to say she models her game after Michael Jordan. Now, for those who
no, she stop lying on her, man. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. You lying, right?
She said she models her game.
I hope you lying.
After Michael Jordan. For those who haven't seen her play, I'm gonna let you know this now. She plays like elementary school recess. You know how we used to play in recess in elementary school? That's how it is. It's nothing like Michael Jordan. I can't believe she said it.
Man, you stop lying on her, man. She didn't say that. Come on, man. Now with all them layups she missing. Man, this delusion got to stop, bro.
Sports Illustrated. She was ass. Without hesitation. Who she modeled her game after? She said, I model my game after Michael Jordan without hesitation.
She's not even a guard.
I used to mimic everything he does. Hey. She see Michael? She see Michael.
No, no, that's the problem. That's the problem. She ain't seeing no Michael, man. That's the problem. We gotta stop feeding into the delusion, man.
Hey man, she see Michael. I didn't say with Michael, but she see Michael. Could have been Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan, Michael Blackston. Could have been Michael Jackson. She see Michael. Okay?
Man, this gotta stop, bro.
She see Michael. Let her see Michael.
No. No.
But going around the league, man. Going around the league.
Yeah, man. Let's go, man. I'm getting pissed off more and more about the second. The more I think about
OKC took on Boston tonight. And OKC took that victory. About this game, man, what does it tell you? Does it tell you more about OKC or does it tell you more about Boston?
That for Boston, man. Let me see what the head-to-head matchup is. You know what the head-to-head matchup is?
I don't. I don't know what the head-to-head matchup is.
So head-to-head matchup. So
what?
So Thunder won both of their head-to-head matchups. And it was both fairly close games. So it's not like it was a blowout either way. Man. Okay, and they're without Boston is without Porzingis. So that may have been deciding factor. May have been a size issue inside with Chet and
Hardenstein.
So Chet had 23 and 11. No, 23 and 15. Mm-hmm. And then Hardenstein off the bench had 11, 6 boards. So, and when you on the big you have out there for Boston is old Al Horford. That may have been a deciding factor from what I'm seeing here. Of course, Shea do what Shea does.
I would like to see that matchup, Chet versus Porzingis. I would like to see that.
That would be an interesting matchup there. That would be. But yeah, and it seemed like and they didn't really get much from their bench. Boston didn't.
Who they got on there?
So they got that.
Besides Pritchard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have Pritchard, but yeah, besides that, they really don't. I think they're going to be in trouble, bro. Especially if they face the wrong team, because the way they bench is looking. Besides Pritchard, and then when Porzingis get back, Al Horford.
Who's starting for Drew Holiday?
Oh, Holiday played tonight.
Oh, he did?
Because Pritchard was starting in his place.
Mm.
But Holiday came. I'm guessing this is his first game back. He only had 9 points. 14 shooting. Derek White played well. Oh, but Jaylen Brown only had 10 points.
Mr. King go left. Did you know? No OKC, man, they got them swarming guards,
and they long. So when you can't go left, yeah, you end up shooting 5 for 15.
Miss a straight line drive or pull up.
So it seemed like that was the kind of deciding factor, Porzingis being out, and then Jaylen Brown only having 10 points. Yeah, man. Especially if they face the wrong people, man, the wrong team, Boston could be had.
So, with that being said, do you think Boston gonna make it out the East?
They still have a chance because it is the East. It's only, I would say, outside of Cleveland, I really don't see anybody else that can really has the firepower to knock them off in the East. Yeah, I say Cleveland is probably going to be their only threat in the East. Yeah, I don't see really. Well, if they not careful, Milwaukee may get them.
Milwaukee just got who they lose to yesterday?
Indy. It was on like a last second shot though. But
y'all shouldn't be struggling with Indy.
Well, mark my words. If they somehow face Milwaukee, they could be had.
I don't know, man. I don't.
Now Boston still will be the favorite
because with Dame, they have so many guards they can put on Dame, and then for Giannis, with the length that Boston will have with Porzingis and Al Horford, I mean Giannis will still get off, but it would just probably just be Giannis they would have to worry about.
That's the thing. Ain't nobody for Giannis.
I mean, but what is Milwaukee gonna do with Boston? Man, you gonna play Giannis versus Boston?
No, my thing is, if you let Giannis get off, he ain't gonna just score. He's gonna score and get boards.
I mean, you have Tatum, who can go off. You have Porzingis, Brown.
Think about this, bro.
You have Derek White.
Think about this. In clutch time situations or when games need to be had, can you really trust Jason Tatum to step up?
I mean, they're doing it by committee. Has proven to work. Yes, they do it by committee.
That's not what I asked. I'm talking about.
No, I'm saying that's the way they do it. I'm not saying they don't depend on Tatum. They do it by whoever they feel like they need to go to at the moment. There is no one set guy on that team that you can be like, okay, he's our guy.
Yeah,
they don't have that now. Giannis, if they need a 3, Giannis is out the picture.
Yeah, but I just I think I think Dame is good enough to if it comes to that situation, he can get himself a good shot. And he's been proven to make big shots like that. Um
So you don't think that Drew Holiday, Derek White, and them will like?
no, they'll make it difficult. I'm not gonna say they won't make it difficult, but they're not just gonna just shut him down.
Okay.
So my thing is, and I'm not saying that they're going, if they face each other, that they're going to beat them, but they are capable.
Who has more firepower?
Now, Boston has more firepower, but Giannis and Dame is a pretty formidable
I mean,
forces.
it's a reason why I'm combating because they haven't done anything.
That's true.
They're struggling this year, right? It's not like they came out with like Cleveland, like, yeah, we stomping on stuff. Now, if for people who want to say that about Cleveland, okay, I can say because Cleveland's stomping on stuff this year. You're like, hey, we're not just gonna say that we are. We're gonna show you.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna stomp on stuff. We're gonna stomp on Boston. We stomping on all these tough teams. We're gonna stomp on them. Then I could be like, hey, they gotta.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not saying that they're the they will be the favorites.
I get what you're saying. I mean, every team has a shot. If you play, you have a shot. But I'm saying in the series, realistically in the series, do you really trust Milwaukee with Doc Rivers? Do you?
I trust more of the players than I do. That's why I ain't bring up Doc.
Well, you got to trust the coach because it's gonna be 90% mental.
It is, man, but I just think in the playoffs is different, man. Like I said, I'm not saying they'll be the favorites, man. I'm just saying
in regards to the ultimate test is what are you gonna do with Brook Lopez and them, all them, when Boston spread you out, when they come out there with that 5 wide, and you have Tatum them penetrating, and you can't help because you got Porzingis camped in the corner. Like man, that's
Porzingis ain't gonna be there, bro. Porzingis is gonna be hurt, just like he is now. Come on, man. He was hurt here. He's hurt there.
Hey, man, he came back in the finals on us. I was hoping he
was going to play. He did. Of course he. He wasn't hurt then, was he? You hurt the whole playoffs.
That hurt the whole playoffs. Come back in the finals. I said, God, dog.
Yeah, I don't put no stock in him being there, man.
Deciding factor, though.
Yeah, but I just can't see him being there, man. Now, yeah, if he is there, yeah, he's a big factor. But
now, for a more challenging question, who you got coming out the West?
Now, oof.
Now that's more of a challenge.
That is a challenge. So right now you have OKC, Denver, LA, the Lakers, Memphis, Houston, and Golden State is top 6. Then you have to play in with Minnesota, the Clippers, SAC, Dallas, and you have Phoenix right outside of that playing. This is if healthy. Don't want to say that. No, I can't say that. Can I say that? I can't say that.
What are you talking about?
First of all, I don't believe in OKC for us getting out the West.
I can oblige you there.
So that wasn't my
I don't
What
think
I'm debating
nobody
with.
believes. I don't think nobody
Uh,
believes. Okay,
okay, let's see.
going to the finals. The first I could see them potentially maybe getting to the Western Conference Finals, maybe
Mm-hmm.
depending on who they run into.
Run into.
But
Yeah, because I'm debating between Denver and the Lakers. They kind of in similar situations where they're kind of thin,
the
but
Lakers got a ultimate, and it's the big. They don't
yeah,
have a dominant big.
big. And so that's kind of the trade-off. And it's like for Denver, it's like, yeah, you got Jokic, but
They
then
ain't got no bench.
ain't got no bench.
Have no backup big.
And it's shaky. But we gotta be careful, man. Golden State may be a sleeper.
I mean, they're dangerous depending on who they play.
Cause they're in that sixth spot. So they kind of they're kind of in so let's see if it ends today, they will face. Let's see who they face. Ooh, if it stays like it is, it will be the Lakers. Yeah, nah.
I'm taking Lakers.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Lakers
So let's. Oh well,
because they don't have a big either.
either.
So I'm taking the Lakers.
That's a fact. So if they can, they might want to try to move up a spot on Houston.
Now I would take them against Houston.
Yeah, but Houston's in the fifth spot. I think anybody will take Houston.
Anybody want Houston or Memphis?
Memphis.
That's
your sweet spot there. That's your sweet spot. So yeah, if they can somehow if Golden State can somehow get to the fifth spot and face Memphis, I got Golden State.
I'm gonna say this. And you guys know I've been hard on them. If the Mavericks get healthy, I wouldn't want to play them in the first round.
Even without Kyrie?
If they get healthy. Now
So
without
just
Kyrie,
AD?
they can't win they can't go far. But I wouldn't want to play them in the first round.
Hard as they play.
They play hard. And then with the pieces that they're missing, you add the skill with the AD, Lively, PJ Washington, and they come back, I would not want to play that size. I would not want to play them. I wouldn't want to play it. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to play them in a 7-game series. Jason Kidd is a very good coach in a 7-game series.
Yeah,
his game adjustments are really good, and I just wouldn't want to play them. Now I wouldn't have them coming out of the West, but I could see them knocking off a top team,
i.e., OKC.
Shit, lock, AD.
That's a fact.
Lock.
And PJ Washington, he on OKC. So
I'll tell you just ain't gonna want to see it. He's just not gonna want to see it. I'm gonna tell you. He's just not gonna want to see it.
Okay, so, and we haven't really said anything about them. Where do Minnesota fare in the playoff picture? They're 7th right now, so they're in the play-in.
Minnesota is where they are. They are who they are because Minnesota is much more like a better version of the Phoenix Suns. They don't have good leadership. The coaching is shaky. So I put them in that same bucket as the Phoenix Suns, where you have the talent, but you just can't put it together on a night in, night out basis. And then you have some chemistry issues where you guys haven't jailed, and then they don't have enough playmaking.
That is true.
And what they miss is Karl-Anthony Towns. His playmaking from that big position was big for them.
Cause what's his name?
Julius Randle.
Julius Randle. He ain't finna play back for nobody. He finna play back for
trying
Julius Randle.
He trying to get buckets.
So do they get out of the play in?
Depending on who they face. So they 7th. They will play the 8th seed. What is it? The 7 play 8 seed or the 7 play 10 seed?
So 7th play the 8th seed, and so if the 7th seed wins, then they're good. They're locked in. But if they lose,
they play? Who's the 8th seed right now?
8th seed is the Clippers. So with a somewhat healthy Kawhi, that could be interesting.
That's a good game.
That can be very interesting.
With Ty Lue,
yes,
that's a good game. I ain't gonna lie. That's a good game, and I would want to watch that. That's a good game. Who's the 9th seed?
9th is Sac.
Oh, we'll kill him. AD them get healthy.
Oh yeah,
we win by 20. I said it here. We'll win by 20. If AD and Lively healthy, we win by 20.
Yeah. And then by that point, then we'll have Gaff back then too. Yeah, that's constant bigs where Sabonis is not getting off.
He's not getting nothing in the paint. I'm just gonna tell you that now.
Absolutely.
With PJ at the 3, Lively at the 5, and AD at the 4, you're not getting anything in the paint. This team defensively will be stout.
That's
the only question will be, will they have enough firepower? And that's where you might miss a guy like Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Who he's, can be, a constant offensive threat along with AD. Then you have the 2 constant offensive threat, and everybody can kind of play off of them.
Right.
That's why I don't have them, going far, because I don't think they would have enough constant offense.
Yeah.
Especially when AD's off the floor.
Yeah, the plus minus will be so great.
Great. Like when he comes off, then who you go to consistently? You don't know. Maybe PJ, but you don't know.
You don't know, yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah, man. Cause it just seems like Phoenix just don't want to take it, man. They
can't. It ain't that they don't want to. They just can't. And then you got guys, they don't want. Kevin Durant don't really want to be there no more.
Yeah, you could tell he don't want to be there. He want to fight out along the court, all that. But
he fighting every other night, going off on somebody. He don't want to be there.
He don't want to be there. I ain't gonna be here next year. So he probably gonna end up here with us next year.
More than likely.
So let me get your take on this, man. Where's that at? So our boy Q5 is in Philly, and he's been balling out lately, man. Even tonight, he at 29.
I try to tell people when Dallas first got him, I said, man, look out for this young kid. He can hoop. And people say, oh man, I said, trust me, he can hoop. I know a hooper. Young fella can hoop. And I knew, and I told you this in a podcast earlier. I said Dallas gonna end up trading him because they don't pay him. I told you this, and I'm sure you remember.
Mm-hmm.
I told you. You said, "Oh man," I said when he turned down that first contract.
He's only 24.
24 years old. But all that goes out the window though. When you trade a 25-year-old, and you could look at Doncic. Yeah, now, if you had Luka, then you want to stay kind of relatively young, so guys can aid him as he goes. But now that you go on a more veteran team, now you're getting a lot of veterans. That's why KD coming here isn't far out the picture.
Mm-mm.
and you're probably going to give up more young talent.
Stupid. So Trae Young now and the Hawks, they beat the Hornets tonight. He had 35, 7 rebounds, and 12 assists, man. And they sitting in the 7th spot. Do they get out of the play-in, or do you think
Who in front of them?
who's in front of them so they're 7th in the play-in, so they're in the top play-in spot.
Who's 6?
6 is Detroit.
Detroit like that. I was just saying, name Detroit old. Detroit ain't losing,
hey man,
like that.
With it.
They not losing no 3-4 games in a row like they used to.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna. They like 5 games behind Detroit.
They not catching them because Detroit would have to lose at least 5 and they have to win. Like that's a big jump.
Yeah, and the Hawks on a 4-game winning streak, and they still 4 games behind.
Well, shout out to Trae Young, man. He's been a soldier, and they won't get this young man another star, man. They just won't give it to him.
No. Yeah, they ain't giving that man nothing. He ain't asking no trade. He ain't complain. None of that, man.
You know what would have been a big time if the Hawks traded for Anthony Davis.
That would make some noise.
That would have booked them in the top 3 in the East.
That would have made some noise. I actually got somebody I can pass it to.
Or what would be a better fit instead of Dame, Trae Young
in Milwaukee?
Do you know what Trae Young could do with Giannis?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's getting 15 assists, and we don't even know all the players they got.
Mm-hmm. He's leading the league in assists.
That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine if he had a Giannis, a 3-point shooting big like Brook Lopez?
Sheesh. Man, at this point, Trae Young, man, request a trade, man. Get out of there, man.
But you don't know where they're gonna send you,
bro. If he stay there, they ain't gonna get him nobody. He's in they in this 7th year. Before you know, you're gonna be 10, 12 years in the league and in the same cycle.
Where would you like to see Trae Young go? Looking at the league, looking at the landscape of the league now, where would you like to see him go?
Dallas.
Boo.
Man, I got a feeling we're gonna lose Kyrie, bro.
It's a big possibility. It's a huge possibility.
I got a feeling. But outside of Dallas, man, like you said, Milwaukee, he would thrive there. Orlando would be nice with Paulo. That would be dope.
I would say Houston.
Houston can with them young boys down there. With them young bulls down there, they will. You got to think twice about them. And they won tonight. They beat Phoenix. We ain't gonna talk about that. Yeah, they.
Jeez.
What about in Miami?
I mean, yeah, but man, Pat Riley, I don't know what he be on, man.
And man, ego is out the roof, bro.
Pat Riley, bro.
He want to rule with an iron fist, man.
This man just, you talking about don't care, boy. He just don't care, man. I hope Bam, when his contract over, I hope he get up out of there.
Get it out of there. Yeah, man, Tommy Hero, bro. Yeah, get out of there, man. Go get out of that whole this system, man.
Get into another organization, man. Talking about heat culture. What is heat culture?
Prison.
I know heat culture.
Yeah, he treated him like they in high school.
Man, heat culture don't win nothing. Y'all won because y'all had great stars. That's why you won, because you had LeBron, D Wade, Shaq.
You ran them off.
And then when they ran off, you didn't win no more.
Facts.
You know heat culture. You just like everybody else. Get big stars, you win. You don't, you lose.
It ain't that hard.
It ain't that hard. You put the right stars together, you're gonna win, or you have a big chance of winning.
Yeah.
You don't, probably not gonna win.
So I do see here, man. Timberwolves and Nuggets are playing right now. Timberwolves is up on the Nuggets 71-61, man. You think they're gonna hold it, or you think Joker gonna make a move?
It's third. It could make a move, man. Jokic just sneaky like that. He get in and get you by 7 quick points.
Quick.
You like,
how do you do this?
3 runner, assist, fouled, 2 shots, post, quick hook. You'd be like, God.
And his facial expression never changes. It reminds me of Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan
never celebrates.
you.
He never celebrates when he do good. Mm-hmm. But if he don't get a call, he does cry.
Yeah. Yeah, he already got 24 and 6. So yeah, he could very well get you good 10-12.
He scored fast. And the reason why it's fast is he's so efficient, because he gets good shots.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to beat Jokic if you can't keep him out the paint.
Yeah.
If you can't keep him out of there, or you have nobody to challenge him in there, like, it's gonna be hard to beat him.
And Gobert's so light in the pants, so he can bump him out of there.
He getting high efficiency shots, and then if you come double, he's gonna find the open guy. So it's hard to beat him. Your best shot is to go on the run. When he go on that bench, you better put pedal to the metal.
Facts. That is a fact. Oh, I didn't get who you have coming out the West?
For me, coming out the West, man, of course, it's all about matchups. In the Western Conference Finals, I think it's gonna be Denver. Probably OKC.
So OKC got the second round this year.
Depending on who they face. Now, I don't know who they play in. They 1 seed. So if Denver play the Mavericks in the AC, I'm taking the Mavericks.
So out of the play-in teams now, outside of us, do any of other teams have a chance? Which is Minnesota.
OKC?
Yeah. So you got Minnesota, the Clippers, and Sac. Okay.
And the reason being, Jason Kidd knows how to play them.
Mm-hmm.
Then 2, Dallas have the perimeter bodies to be able to withstand what OKC does. They have a perimeter attack, and when you have those many bodies that you can throw, for as Najee Marshall, Max Christie,
PJ
Washington, Caleb Martin, just go down the list. And then inside you have rim protection of Anthony Davis, Lively, Gafford. It's it's just a lot. And then you have a guy that can shut down Chet, but Chet can't shut him down.
That's a fact. I just thought about this. So if we do face OKC and we have, most of our guys back and they start only Chet,
Dallas gonna play
D- either D Live or AD is going to eat. And I mean eat. Unless they somehow start Hardenstein. But if you do that,
but I'm saying this. Look at this. Who guards? If Chet is the center, who he guarding?
Yes. One of them is going to eat.
Because if you put him on AD, now Lively got a small on him. Now he's gonna just glass off out the frame. But if you put Chet and try to hide him on D Live, now AD got a small on him. Now he's just been a feast and have 40.
Facts.
That's why I said Dallas. You don't want to play them.
You don't want them problems.
If you don't have a good enough inside game, you don't want to play Dallas because they're gonna give you problems. Because they have so many, they are so stout down low. Whenever you can put PJ Washington at the 3, you're stout.
And that's a bully there.
You're very stout.
Sheesh.
Now the question is, who starts at the 1 and 2 for Dallas? Because Kyrie ain't here. Of course, Clay is going to start. So who did you put at that 1?
If everything stays like as far as guards, Brandon Williams.
We know that what we want.
Okay. Oh, what they're going to do?
Yeah, we know that we would say we're going to say Brandon Williams because
it's going to be Dinwiddie then, or
Exum.
Exum, probably Exum. I thought you said what I was doing, but yeah.
I think Brandon Williams can't even play in the playoff.
Yeah, he can.
They signed him.
Yeah, I think he's like under contract. But let me just double check here.
Oh, I forgot they're gonna eventually get that Cowboy back in the high flyer. He's gonna be a disruptor.
Let me see what is trying to find this contract. Yeah, I think they signed him like he's not on 2-way. Now I know that Kessler, he's like with his 2-way, he only has so many more games he can.
5 games left.
5 games. So
you're thinking that you're probably gonna have AD back in 5 games.
I think with him, shoot,
they can't even sign him.
Brandon Williams, he's
on 2-way.
He on a 2-way.
I told you, he's not gonna even be able to play. He's probably your best combo guard.
And we're
His
not going to
ability,
even have him.
his ability to shoot, play make, break the defense down.
What is they doing?
It's your boy Nico. It's your boy Nico, man.
I don't get it, bro. I really don't get it.
And your boy Nico.
And from what I remember from seeing him, every time he got in the game, he was playing pretty well.
But the thing is, when you look at Nico, the reason why they can't do it because they want to stay, they don't want to go up under that second apron.
You know what they can do with that second apron?
So man, we have this man.
Because it ain't serving us no purpose trying to call ourselves stand on the second apron, man. We going to sign this guy from off of LA practice squad, and he serves no purpose. He's worse than Powell.
That man Nico would never have another job in the NBA ever again.
That man getting booed all at the soccer games here, the hockey games.
Everywhere he go, he's getting booed.
That man got booed at medieval times.
God, dog. And they eating with their hands.
Eating with their hand. They still saying, got the horses saying fire Nico.
They now
fire Nico. Yeah, they find that man. Yeah, even at the medieval time, they booing him.
That's crazy. When they come out and say that you're the worst GM under Jerry Jones,
that's bad.
This is bad. And you have several people out in the Mavericks organization talking about they didn't know that it was going to have this kind of backlash.
This is Nico's fault, and I'm gonna tell you why. Nico's been around the industry, the sport, long enough to know what type of impact this would have had. And if you worrying about getting fired, I would have rather got fired and picked up somewhere else than to do this. This is like a career killer. How can you explain this to another team that you traded a 25-year-old superstar?
This is what his thinking process was, and it was so short term. His thought is, if I can trade Luka, I think if I get AD over here, we can potentially win a chip this year. But long and behold, AD was hurt and hurt a lot worse than what you was told when you traded for him. So AD's out. Kai out for the season. Lively was already out. Gafford went out. PJ went out. Whole team went out. Now you standing there with nothing in your hands, looking like a complete idiot because now people saying you don't have a future. Your short-term plan blew up in your face and you don't have a future to fall back on. At least if you would have had Luka Doncic and it failed, you can say, man, we can keep building.
Facts. He's only 25.
He's only 25.
But,
like we lost in the finals last year. Everybody's saying, man, we're close. Luka's 25. We can keep building on this team.
Yeah. I would have rather got fired and then explain why I got fired to the next team.
Well, I think it's a twofold thing. I think the owners wanted to do it for sure, but I think he wanted to do it too. So it's not just, I don't think it was just a one-off thing where the owners were like, hey, trade Luka because we don't want to pay him. Yeah, the owners didn't want to pay Luka. No, that's what their deal was. We don't want to have to pay him the Supermax. And Nico, his guy, he want all his guys here. In AD, he's looking at KD, he's looking at all his guys. Kyrie Irving is a Nico guy.
Man, he finna end back up at Nike.
Ain't gonna be able to go back there.
Because ain't no way you coming back from this. Even the bad teams is not going to even fool with you. That just stupid. Did you just stupid? There's no logic in that.
Well, the owners were willing to back him because they didn't want to pay him.
But then you know what's going to happen? When it continues to be worse and worse, then they're going to let him go. I mean, like I said, this is why I blame him. He's been around this too long. Even if he wasn't a GM, he's been around this too long to know that type of move.
This is what happens when you're too smart for your own good. This is what happens.
You've been almost 30 years. He's been around this.
But when you're in the industry, this is the same guy that lost Steph Curry, right? He had Steph Curry on the hook of signing with Nike, and he folded that deal. Can you imagine if they was able to get Steph Curry at Nike?
Yeah.
Steph Curry single-handedly is carrying Under Armour.
Under Armour. He saved Under Armour.
If he went to Nike, Under Armour plummets.
They fold.
And there's no more Under Armour.
This guy here. Yeah, he's too
he's a smart guy.
He's so smart that he's dumb.
Because he's thinking that he's being innovative when you're really you're dumb. Like, it's a dumb move.
You just ignore the obvious.
But I honestly don't think he liked it, Luka, anyway.
And that is true. It just, man, it just the days of whatever untouchable players is gone. At least here.
just here.
I mean, untouchable.
You won't see that anywhere else.
And that's why I say I don't see him getting no other GM job anywhere else here, or in the NBA, because that is the dumbest move in history. In the history of sports. And this is even worse than the Herschel Walker deal. This is worse than that. Yeah, yeah, bro, that it backfires so fast. So fast.
Man. It is what it is. He's standing there looking stupid. He hiding out in the tunnels.
Yeah. So when he walk out there, so boom, he turned right back around.
He's sitting in the tunnel like this, looking at the game.
You
can't even go sit in the stands.
You better not sit in the stands.
Fans are waiting to see you in the stands. He can't even sit behind the team bench.
You better not. Like sucker.
He's scared to go sit in the stands on away games.
That man in the tunnels.
We're gonna end with this. The Mavericks, a couple of games ago, played Phoenix Suns. And Devin Booker said when they landed in Dallas, he could tell that there was an aura gone. There was a level of excitement gone. He was like, when they used to land, the excitement for the game was at an all-time high because of what the previous clash had been. ever since Dallas beat them in the Game 7, every time we play Phoenix, it's been high energy. It's just like it's been one of those games. And he said when he landed, it just didn't feel that way. So it just felt like really just a bottom feeding team. He's like, all this excitement gone. And he's like, it's kind of hard to get up for the game. And you can tell, like in the first quarter, they look uninterested.
Yeah.
They look like they just really didn't want to play. Like they turned it on in the second half or whatever, but it like they just want to play. Like it just wasn't no reason to. But just to tell you how players look at it. This is from an NBA player. This ain't from a fan. This is from a guy who's been playing this team for a lot of years in his career, who's been battling against this team, and he can notice the difference. And now you have restaurants who are around the arena saying that they're losing money.
They are.
That people aren't coming to the restaurants no more. It's empty.
Yeah. Nah, for sure empty, man. Like I said, man, the other night after the Sacramento game, I drove through the city, and usually when after a game, it usually takes 2 hours at least to be able to drive through clear. This was out there. Okay, we'll get some water. It usually take like 30 minutes after the game, it was clear. It was clear. Yeah, it just, man, and you can look in the stands, man. There's so many gaps in the stands now.
It's empty in there.
It is empty. And we had a big streak of sellout games.
Sellout games. We were selling out almost every home game.
So we had a consecutive
streak. And then with big games will come up, have a lot of celebrities in there.
Yep. But now, man, you can get a seat cheap. If you want to go, you can go, but it's pretty cheap now. You can get your 100 seat in the 100 level. Pretty good, pretty cheap now. At least until they hike up the prices next year, which they made the announcement.
Like Pat Mahomes was coming like to every playoff home game. They was in there.
Facts.
Mahomes, all them.
Yeah, even the regular season game, he was showing up.
I'm saying in the playoffs, he was there for like every home game.
Yeah.
He was there. Micah Parsons, like you had guys just
Trey Diggs,
Trey Diggs, Dak up there in the press box. Like you had guys, it was just lit. It was the place to be. Because this team is one of those teams.
Mm-hmm.
And the city have galvanized and rallied behind the team because it's like, man, we built this team.
Yeah.
Like through all the lows, ups and downs, like we finally have a team that we can say is a contending team.
Yep.
And now we're back a bottom feeder. But that's where we are, guys.
Facts. I don't even think Dirk has been to a game since that went down.
I ain't seen him. He probably won't be. I ain't seen him, man. But, man, it is what it is, guys. We love y'all, man. Plus, man, and let that be known sports on all social media platforms. But it don't cost you nothing to give a like or subscribe, man. Continue to rock with us, man. Hit that notification bell so you'll know when we're live, man. And stay posted, man. We love y'all. Peace out.